Hi, I want to talk about COVID-19 and did people learn much of anything from it, aside from social distancing and closing your country? But I'm talking about prevention. Well, no, we've learned little about preventing these viruses that come from eating animals in deplorable conditions, like in Wuhan with wet markets, in Asian countries, and American and Western factory farms. You can see swine flu or H1N1. We've had one not that long ago. The flu of 1918, the Spanish flu, was actually a Kansas farm. Avian bird flu, MERS, SARS, mad cow disease, all caused from consuming animals. The CDC says 3 out of 4 new or emergent infectious diseases that come from animals and our relationship with them, raising animals in factory farms, for example, or their waste and manure from factory farms, like lagoons and pig farms. So, what didn't we learn? Well, Trump used the War Powers Act to keep slaughterhouses open. And he also bailed them out, socialist meats, with our taxes. We actually do it every year via the USDA farm bill that we need to defund and petition against. Makes labor and resource intensive animal products cheap and healthy, basic, whole vegan foods expensive. Because most of our crops feed force-bred animals and are pooped out. So here is what we have. What its coronavirus is likely have came from is bats, eating bats, bat meat. Wet market. You can see some in your local Chinatown. Here's some frozen animals of all types of species, but I'm not a speciesist, so whether it's a bird, as you see here, or a dog, we might as well eat the dogs and euthanize in shelters rather than waste their meat and furs. If you're going to eat animals, you might as well eat the dog meat after they're already put down in shelters due to puppy mills and overpopulation, just like pets are overpopulated. Adopt. There's a fish farm processing area, China. Just like our slaughterhouses. And here's an American factory farm. Not much different. Many, many more animals. Massive operations. Tens of thousands under one shed and all in tiny cages. And here's many dead birds next to the other ones in a factory farm. Now I mentioned don't be a speciesist, as you read at the bottom. All animals are equal. If you're offended by this, you're a hypocrite. Here's a comedy video. Toothless hick. Yes, most of our antibiotic drugs are fed to factory farmed animals just to keep them alive due to the deplorable conditions. And so some will grow bigger as well. $1950 versus 2008. Grow twice as big in half the time, basically. Here's someone trying to make fun of the vegan products this after Hurricane Harvey in Texas and Louisiana store many years ago after a hurricane, which also is bad for the environment, so maybe they should wise up. Of course, Austin is pretty good about it. And then this liar, obviously, animal abusers are liars, surprise, acts like it was after coronavirus. No. The picture was dated during the time of Hurricane Harvey as well when it was uploaded. So this person's a complete liar. And vegan foods are skyrocketing in popularity, unlike your socialist factory farmed animals. So, did we learn much? Well, I will say that the meat is sold out in many places. Meat was first to sell out or close to it. We had a meat shortage. That's partly from plants shutting down. We still treat animals horrible in sick factory farms. The wet markets have reopened overall. We still fish farm, use trawler nets. You can look up videos, massive trawler, super trawler nets. Still eat all sorts of animals, not that that really matters. Not a speciesist again. Eating any animal is wrong, eating all animals is wrong. And we bailed out the meat industry with even more of our taxes aside from the USDA Farm Bill. And we used the War Powers Act or Defense Act to keep them open. So we've learned next to nothing aside from social distancing, and that's basically it. Shutting down your country. We've learned nothing. Look up a factory farm video, meat.org or meatvideo.com, farm to fridge. Share if you care.